Picture this, a 450-foot super yacht that costs $500 million, controlled entirely by artificial intelligence. Here's what makes it different. The yacht learns how you live. It tracks when you wake up, what temperature you prefer in each room, even how you like your lighting throughout the day. Then it adjusts everything automatically. No buttons, no apps, it just knows. But that's just the beginning. We're talking about an owner's suite that spans 3,000 square feet, a private deck that's bigger than most luxury apartments, guest suites designed like five-star hotel rooms, and materials you won't find on any other yacht. We're talking about floor-to-ceiling glass panels that weigh over 2 tons each, custom stone imported from Italy, and wood that takes 6 months to cure. In this video, I'm taking you through every level of the Solara. The private spaces, the technology, the design choices that cost millions to execute. By the end, you'll understand why billionaires are willing to spend this much on a floating home. Let's start. So when you first step onto the Solara, you're not walking into a typical yacht. The main atrium is where it all starts, and honestly, it sets the tone for everything else. The atrium is 25 feet tall, with a skylight that runs the entire length. Natural light pours in during the day, and at night, the AI dims it gradually so you're not hit with harsh lighting. The floor is Italian Calacatta marble, the real stuff, not the synthetic version. It's the same marble you'd see in a $50 million penthouse. What's interesting here is how open it feels. There are no unnecessary walls. The designers used glass partitions instead, so you can see from one end of the yacht to the other. It creates this sense of space that most yachts just don't have. From the atrium, you move into the main lounge. This isn't a showroom. It's designed to actually be used. The seating is custom, low-profile sofas in neutral tones, nothing flashy. There's a 12-foot bookshelf made from reclaimed teak, and if you look closely, every book on it is a first edition. That's a detail most people won't notice, but it's there. The lounge connects directly to the dining hall, and this is where things get specific. The table seats 16 people, and it's carved from a single piece of walnut. It took 8 months to source the wood and another 4 months to shape it. The chairs are upholstered in leather that costs $400 per square foot. But here's the thing, none of this feels overdone. The colors are muted. The design is clean. You're not walking into a gold-plated palace. It's luxury, but it's restrained. Now let's talk about the owner's suite, because this is where the Solara really separates itself from everything else. The owner's suite takes up the entire forward section of the upper deck. We're talking about 3,000 square feet of private space. To put that in perspective, that's bigger than most luxury condos in Manhattan. You enter through a private hallway. No guests have access to this area. The bedroom itself is 800 square feet. Floor-to-ceiling windows wrap around 3 sides, giving you a 180-degree view of the ocean. The glass is electrochromic, which means it tints automatically based on the sunlight. No curtains, no blinds, just glass that adjusts itself. The bed is custom-built, king-size, with a frame made from brushed steel and walnut. Next to the bedroom is the owner's office. This isn't just a desk in the corner. It's a fully functional workspace with built-in monitors, fiber optic internet that pulls 10 gigabits per second, and soundproofing in the walls so you can take calls without any background noise. The desk is a single slab of black granite, and there's storage built into the walls for documents, equipment, whatever you need. Then there's the private gym. A lot of yachts have gyms, but they're usually an afterthought, a treadmill shoved into a spare room. Not here. This gym is 600 square feet with rubber flooring, floor-to-ceiling mirrors, and every piece of equipment you'd find in a high-end fitness center. Dumbbells, cable machines, a Peloton bike, even a rowing machine. The AI tracks your workouts and adjusts the climate control based on your heart rate. And finally, the owner's private deck. This is 1,200 square feet of outdoor space that only the owner can access. There's a hot tub that seats 6, loungers made from weather-resistant teak, and a dining table for 8. You could host a private dinner out here, or you could just sit and watch the water. It's completely shielded from the rest of the yacht, so you have total privacy. Let's move to the guest suites, because the people you invite on board aren't staying in cramped cabins. There are 6 guest suites on the Solara, and each one is between 400 and 500 square feet. Every suite has its own bathroom with a rain shower, heated floors, and marble countertops. The beds are queen size, the linens are the same quality as the owner's suite, and each room has its own climate control. But what I like here is the attention to detail. Each suite has a different color palette. One is done in soft grays, another in warm beiges, another in deep blues. It's subtle, but it gives each room its own identity. Your guests aren't walking into identical boxes. The guest lounges are separate from the main lounge. There are two of them, one on the main deck and one on the upper deck. These are smaller, more intimate spaces. Comfortable seating, large windows, and access to the outdoor decks. If your guests want privacy, they have it. If they want to socialize, the main lounge is right there. Then there's the gallery. This is a 40-foot hallway lined with rotating art displays. The lighting is museum grade, and the walls are designed to hold paintings, sculptures, whatever you want to display. Some owners use this space for their personal collections. Others rotate in pieces from galleries around the world. Either way, it's not decorative, it's functional. Here's what ties all of this together: the way the spaces connect. You're never walking through narrow hallways or awkward staircases. Everything flows. The main lounge opens to the dining hall. The dining hall connects to the outdoor deck. The guest suites are positioned, so they're close to the shared spaces, but far enough away that you have privacy. The designers didn't just drop rooms into a hull and call it a day. They thought about how people actually move through a space. And that's why the Solara feels less like a yacht and more like a home. Now let's talk about the AI, because this is what actually makes the Solara different from every other superyacht out there. Most yachts have automation. You can control the lights from an app, adjust the temperature, maybe set some schedules. The Solara goes further. The AI doesn't wait for you to tell it what to do. It learns what you want and does it automatically. Here's how it works in practice. The system tracks your patterns. It knows what time you wake up, what temperature you prefer in each room, how bright you like the lighting at different times of day. After about 2 weeks on board, it stops needing input. It just adjusts everything based on what it's learned. So if you wake up at 6:30 every morning, the bedroom lighting gradually brightens, starting at 6:15. The temperature in your suite adjusts to 68 degrees because that's what you prefer in the morning. The coffee machine in the galley starts brewing at 6:25. You're not programming any of this. It's happening because the AI has figured out your routine. The same thing applies to climate control throughout the yacht. If guests are in the lounge and the sun is coming through the windows, the glass tints automatically and the AC adjusts. It's all happening in the background. Then there's navigation assistance. The AI isn't piloting the yacht. You still have a captain and crew for that, but it monitors weather patterns, traffic, and sea conditions in real time. If a storm is forming 200 miles away, it alerts the captain and suggests route adjustments. If there's heavy marine traffic ahead, it flags it. It's basically a co-pilot that's always paying attention. Security is another layer. The AI monitors every entry point on the yacht: doors, hatches, tender launches. If something opens that shouldn't, you get an alert. It also tracks the perimeter using thermal cameras and motion sensors. If someone approaches the yacht while it's anchored, the system notifies the crew immediately. Now, how do you actually interact with this? There are control panels in every major room, but most of the time, you don't need them. The AI handles it. If you want to override something, you can use voice commands or the touchscreens. It's not complicated. You're not navigating through menus or learning a new interface. You just say what you want, and it happens. The real value here isn't the technology for its own sake. It's that the yacht adapts to you instead of the other way around. You're not managing systems or adjusting settings. You're just living, and the boat handles the rest. Let's head outside, because the deck spaces on the Solara are just as thought out as the interiors. The main pool is on the aft deck, and it's not one of those small plunge pools you see on most yachts. This is 50 feet long and 15 feet wide, big enough to actually swim laps if you want to. Around the pool, there's a sun deck with loungers spaced far enough apart that you're not sitting on top of each other. The flooring is teak, treated to stay cool even in direct sunlight, so you're not burning your feet when you walk barefoot. The Solara has 4 main deck levels, and each one serves a different purpose. The lower deck is where the tenders and water toys are stored: jet skis, paddleboards, diving equipment. The main deck is where most of the activity happens: pool, outdoor dining, lounge areas. The upper deck is quieter, more private. And then there's the sun deck at the very top, which is all open space with panoramic views. What I like about the outdoor areas is how they connect to the inside. The main lounge has sliding glass doors that open completely, so the indoor and outdoor spaces basically merge. You can be sitting in the lounge and walk straight out to the pool deck without going through hallways or staircases. Same thing with the dining hall. There's an outdoor dining table right next to it, so you can have breakfast inside and lunch outside without it feeling like two separate worlds. There are also smaller sitting areas scattered across the decks. These aren't huge spaces, just a couple of chairs and a table, positioned where the view is best. It's the kind of spot where you'd sit with a book or have a conversation without a dozen people around you. The outdoor spaces aren't trying to compete with the interiors. They complement them, and that's what makes the layout work. Now let's talk about the exterior, because the way the Solara looks isn't just about aesthetics, it's about function. The design philosophy here is minimalist. No unnecessary curves, no dramatic angles, no flashy details. The hull is sleek, the lines are clean, and the superstructure is low profile. It's not trying to look aggressive or futuristic in an over-the-top way. It just looks modern and efficient. The hull is steel, which is standard for yachts this size, but the plating is thicker than usual, about 25 millimeters in key areas. That adds weight, but it also adds stability and durability. This yacht is built to handle open ocean, not just calm harbors. The superstructure is aluminum, which keeps the weight down without sacrificing strength. One material choice that stands out is the glass. There's over 500 tons of it on the Solara. The windows aren't just large, they're engineered. Each panel is triple glazed with a UV protective coating, so you get the views without the heat. Some of the glass panels weigh over 2 tons each, and they're fitted into frames made from marine-grade stainless steel. It's expensive, but it's also necessary if you want floor-to-ceiling windows that can handle salt water and high winds. The teak decking is another deliberate choice. Teak is traditional on yachts because it's naturally water-resistant and doesn't warp in the sun. But the teak on the Solara is sustainably sourced and treated with a natural oil finish instead of synthetic coatings. It takes more maintenance, but it lasts longer and looks better. As for specs, the Solara is 450 feet long with a beam of 68 feet. It weighs 8,500 tons fully loaded. Top speed is 18 knots. Cruising speed is around 14 knots. The fuel capacity is 250,000 liters, which gives it a range of about 6,000 nautical miles. That's enough to cross the Atlantic without refueling. The exterior isn't flashy. It's not covered in gold or wrapped in exotic paint. It's designed to last, to perform, and to look good doing it. So what makes the Solara different? It's not just the price tag or the size. It's the fact that every detail here has a reason. The materials were chosen because they perform better. The AI was built to make life easier, not a show-off. The spaces were designed to actually be lived in, not just photographed. This is what luxury looks like when it's done right. No excess, no gimmicks, just quality at every level. Now, just to be clear, the Solara is a concept. It doesn't exist. This is a fictional superyacht, an idea of what's possible when you push design and technology to their limits. But that's what makes it interesting. It shows where luxury yachting could go. If you found this breakdown valuable, subscribe to Billionaire Rides. I cover superyachts like this in detail: design, technology, the decisions that cost millions to execute. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.